Welcome in and welcome back to the Energy Compass. My name's Deborah. If you want to have a seat, I'm happy to share what Spirit's been channeling through today. You're going to want to know this, especially if you've been feeling like you're at a crossroads. Spirit is saying the only decision you ever have to make is whether you're going to actually believe in your own potential, whether you're going to choose yourself. What do I mean by this? We have to embody that which we desire. We are always coming back home to ourselves. But in order to be it, we have to embody that home self. You do this by being all in now. Get all of your awareness in this now moment, and then be within that now moment who you actually are. Not the roles that the world put upon you, not what you think you should be for the comfort of everyone around you. Your authentic self. And Spirit is reminding you that when you are being that, you are connected to Source. So you fear the authenticity because it feels scary in that you're there's this fear of you're going to be alone. When the reality is you're the most connected to Spirit and the rest of the world within the authenticity. When you remember that, there's nothing to fear. You are not becoming a different version of yourself. You are not creating it. You already are it. You are remembering, meaning coming back into the self you have always been. It's not something that you're practicing. It's what you are. It's what you are. They're showing it to me as if every moment up until this present moment was you off in a reality where you had forgotten where you belonged. And until you come in and sit down in the chair of your own life, um, it was just waiting for you to come in and activate. And when you first sit down into this role of being the conscious co-creator within your life, you'll sit down in the chair and then you'll want to get back out of it. You'll sit down in it and it will feel good and you'll kind of try some things out. But Spirit is saying, stop getting in and out of the chair. Stop, because you are the beginning and the end. They showed me how thoughts, if you picture them as clouds floating through, that thoughts are like a costume that you put on. And so they had me draw clouds and put articles of clothing in these clouds. And they're saying every time you attach to a thought, you are taking on that article of clothing and you are putting it on. You are being the character of that thought form. That's all it is. You don't identify with the thought. When you can look at thoughts as like, well, that's a hat I'm not interested in putting on. Oh, those are cool sunglasses, but I don't need to wear them. That's all the thought forms are. And they want you to use this way of being, which you have been being by default, intentionally. Can you put within those thought forms, within those clouds, an article of clothing that feels great, an article of clothing that represents who you actually are? And they're wanting you, as you step into the character of who you really are, is if you're struggling to get in the character and out of the character, to create thought forms, to create articles of clothing that you put on, that when you put on, it activates the authentic character that you want to be. This is making sense, I hope. Let me ground back in. The choice point, the crossroads, is who are you being in this now moment? Are you embodying the energy of who you actually are within the light that you want to have? That's the choice point. Over and over and over again. You set yourself free by being you. And when you do, you step out of a previous reality. It will feel foreign because you're existing without the old, outdated projections that you were living within. And at first, it feels empty because you are not projecting the old scripts onto it. And so there will be this moment of quiet, moment of pause. And this is kind of the testing point of, in that pause, are you going to pick up a pen and start recreating the old script before the new can come forward? And that's kind of the crossroads that you're at, is, are you going to allow the new updated script to actually come in and integrate and run this version of self? Or because it's a little quiet, because you can't see what's around the corner, are you going to allow yourself to go back into a lower vibrational, constricted way of being simply because it is known? That's what we're deciding moment by moment by moment. What do you want to experience while you're here? How do you want to feel? It anchors through you. The physical reality rearranges in response to you. You are not controlling the universe. The universe is supporting you in the vibration that you're existing in. The universe, with your observation, arranges for you. You're going to be seeing how your frequency gets mirrored back to you in real time. What are you being? That's all you have to decide, moment by moment by moment. You do not need permission to grow. You do not need someone else's stamp of approval to step into being who you actually are. You never did. And you can't stop yourself from growing. Like, when the conditions are right, it would just naturally happen. And it's supposed to happen pretty effortlessly. But the human part of us is so resistant to the change, is so resistant to the unknown, that it becomes a really tedious, long, drawn out process when it really wasn't ever meant to be. It was supposed to be easy. So you may be feeling like you are not who you used to be, but you don't quite know who you actually are. And Spirit's saying, whatever you want to be, you get to choose. You don't have to stay within a character role that was never actually you. You don't have to be someone or something that someone out there approves of. You literally just get to choose whoever you want to be. And the easiest person to be is present. in presence, you you have all you need. Spirit's going to deliver exactly what you need in the right moment. There's nothing to worry about, because worry is projection. It's us creating our own experience. And that's not said to demean or belittle or make you feel any sort of way about what you've created in the past, but it is to remind you, you get to put on the thoughts. You get to choose whether you're going to reach into that thought cloud and put it on your body. You're you're too far advanced in this game to pretend that you don't have the ability to intentionally choose what you're wearing. You do. And Spirit is asking you to turn on that superpower and live within what it is that you truly want to create. Remember, as soon as the thought, as soon as the desire, you have it, it exists. Remember, the universe is reacting to you. You be it in this now moment, and it is pulled in towards you. It's always working this way. When you're not paying attention to the thought forms, it's still working. If you can pay attention to the thought forms, it's working on your behalf because you are intentionally putting something out. It's working on your behalf over here too, but it's not really benefiting you because you're allowing yourself to recreate things that don't feel good. What are you going to be in this now moment? Who are you going to show up and be as? What are you going to put your focus and attention on? Because everything out there is just potential until you activate it. You activate it by putting your focus on it. You are the beginning in that it doesn't exist until you activate it, and unless you activate it. And you are also the ending, meaning it stops existing when you stop putting your focus on it. You're here within your own conscious awareness, experiencing life moment by moment by moment. And you can choose to just sit back and be in it. And you can choose to be in it and also take a leadership role by intentionally choosing moment by moment by moment what feels the best. And you can jump into that role and out of that role, but you can't go back to pretending that you don't know that that is an option. Spirit has been handing us the baton to our own life over and over and over and over again. And Spirit will keep handing it to you. You're at the crossroads. Are you going to believe? Are you going to believe in your potential? Are you going to actually choose you? Understanding that that's really the only choice. Spirit's giving you the choice over and over and over and over and over again, and Spirit's just going to keep giving you the choice. So stop making life so hard. just say yes already. I hope you got what you needed out of this. I hope you come again. Anything else? No. If you want some more, make sure you're subscribed. See you later.